been all over the news today that Justin Bieber unfollowed his wife on social media, leading to so much speculation about the state of their marriage. And
I hit a little bit of an emotional breakdown because I thought marriage was gonna fix all my problems.
Hey, listen. Did you or Kanye say about the nose?
And
yes,
I have heard
it is a cult.
that like the top members of that cult get like girlfriends. And I have heard, I'm kind of like a blind item freak.
Is Chris Pratt associated with Hillsong?
Hillsong. I heard he was supposed to marry Hailey Bieber, but they gave her to Justin.
Her dad dragged her out of bed in the morning. And basically was like, you know, I think because she was raised Christian and I think they found out that, like, I think it was an arranged marriage, I'm pretty sure.
Oh my goodness. Y'all won't believe the absolutely wild drama that's unfolding with Justin and Hailey Bieber right now. And here's the shocking part. It looks like Kanye West might have been right all along. Remember when Kanye kept calling out Hailey, claiming she was actually Justin's handler? At the time, everyone thought he was just stirring up drama, especially when he exposed her alleged plastic surgeries and that rumored fling with Drake. But wait until you hear what's happening now. With all these recent reports about Justin and Hailey's marriage potentially falling apart, people are starting to see everything in a completely different light. And let me tell you, the red flags in their relationship, they're absolutely astronomical. We're talking about enough drama to fill an entire documentary series. From their questionable beginnings to that suspiciously quick proposal, just 2 months after his split from Selena, to Justin looking absolutely miserable ever since.
Justin, are you gonna propose to Selena Gomez? You guys make a really good couple. I see that smile.
But that's just the tip of the iceberg, darlings. What's really sending chills down everyone's spine is the alleged involvement of these mysterious celebrity churches and the shocking claims that Justin was trying to expose industry predators targeting young artists. But then, and this is where it gets really dark, he was suddenly silenced and supposedly assigned a handler to keep him in check. There is so much to unpack here, so let's dive into this scandalous story.
Hailey Bieber is very religious, and her dad is like crazy religious, and Justin Bieber is very religious. So you're saying there is like a very religious, famous cult where they like put them off to each other?
Is the church they all belong to.
Are you kidding me?
Okay, there's about to be a documentary that I think is about to come out on Hillsong because they're getting, I mean, one by one, like the escapades of the top leaders of that church are coming to light, and I think...
Now, you don't need to be a conspiracy theorist to notice that something seems seriously off with Justin Bieber lately. In fact, fans have been watching with growing concern because, honestly, Justin hasn't seemed like himself in ages, and everyone's been giving major side-eye to his marriage with Hailey.
Happy holidays, Jay. Happy holidays, Justin.
It's not gonna happen today.
Oh.
Do you know when?
Have a good one, Just.
Justin, I'm gonna keep you in my purse.
Hey.
A little bit later, maybe? Jay, maybe later? Justin Bieber? Enjoy your walk, JB.
Let me spill the hottest tea about their recent social media drama because it is absolutely juicy. Both Justin and Hailey have been making some very interesting moves online, and fans think they're basically throwing shade at each other through their posts. It all started when this brilliant TikToker caught something fascinating. Justin posted an Instagram story featuring Bead by Yayas playing in the background. Now, if you know anything about that song, you know it's all about keeping things casual with zero emotional attachment. Scandalous, right? But hold on to your seats because Hailey apparently clapped back with her own musical message. She posted lyrics from SZA's 30 for 30, specifically the part that says, "But if it's F me, then it's F you." I mean, the drama. But just when we thought things couldn't get more intense, Justin suddenly unfollowed Hailey on Instagram. Sure, he later claimed his account was hacked, but honey, nobody's buying that excuse. Think about it. If someone really hacked Justin Bieber's Instagram, would they just unfollow Hailey? No leaks, no wild posts, nothing else? Plus, he could have easily just said it was an accident or quietly refollowed her, but instead, he made this huge deal about it, which only made everyone more suspicious.
All right, guys, so everyone's talking about this right now. I didn't even see this. If you look at page 6, anywhere you get your celebrity gossip or news, it says that Justin Bieber is now unfollowing his wife, Hailey Bieber, on Instagram. So clearly that is a move. He unfollowed a few people, I believe Diddy, Usher, and now his wife. And people are saying that there is trouble in paradise. They're saying that right now, him and his wife are not getting along, Hailey Bieber. Obviously, anything can be put out into the news and we will dissect it. It doesn't necessarily make it true. I think it's a bold move. I don't think that was an accident for him to unfollow his wife. I think that just sends a statement to everyone, and I'm wondering exactly what that statement is. Now, as you guys know, Hailey and Justin had a baby recently, but that doesn't mean everything's blissful in paradise.
And now, darlings, fans are convinced this is just one small piece of a much darker puzzle surrounding Justin and Hailey's marriage. Let me tell you something absolutely heartbreaking. People believe Justin has been desperately crying out for help ever since he tied the knot with Hailey. Think about it. Where's that passionate, energetic Justin we all knew and loved? He's completely lost his spark for music, barely connects with his devoted fans anymore, and every single public appearance, he either looks completely miserable or totally disconnected from reality. And here's something even more concerning. There's growing speculation that he might be under the influence of some serious medication. Now prepare yourselves for this bombshell. According to leaked documents from last year, Justin reportedly signed with TriStar in November 2022. And who runs TriStar? None other than Lou Taylor, the same person behind Britney Spears' nightmare conservatorship. But wait, it gets even more shocking. Apparently Lou Taylor is quite cozy with the Kardashians, and there are whispers that she was involved in trying to put Kanye West under a conservatorship too.
And a person came to my house that wasn't a Christian and told me come over, and then 30 minutes later I was in handcuffs headed to the hospital. One of the things that people do now is they try to discriminate against my mind and my thought.
Here's where things get absolutely chilling. Both Kanye and Britney have come forward with disturbing claims that their handlers forced them to take high doses of lithium, a powerful medication that can completely alter someone's mental state. The implications are absolutely terrifying.
When I asked them, how much lithium did you want to put me on exactly? It took them 4 days to answer because they were embarrassed.
He immediately the next day put me on lithium out of nowhere. He took me off my normal meds I'd been on for 5 years. And lithium is a very, very strong and completely different medication compared to what I was used to.
And now, Justin's devoted fans are absolutely beside themselves with worry that history might be repeating itself. Just look at the evidence. Justin hasn't been himself since saying "I do" to Hailey. He's completely withdrawn from performing, abandoned red carpet events, and seems totally checked out of life. It's heartbreaking to watch.
I remember just struggling. I remember feeling like emotionally just overwhelmed and talking to her, not knowing how to like communicate certain things and just feeling kind of like frustrated. You know, there's been a lot of things that have happened in my life, and I think there was just a point in my life where I was just so overwhelmed. I'm just being a normal person and crying. I think when I'm in the media, or I look at things on the internet and people are like, Justin's upset. Why is he upset? It's like they don't give me permission to be upset. I don't have permission to be, you know, human and shed tears. And there's so many people every day who are in a conversation with their girl or their wife or their mom and they break down, you know, but they don't have cameras capturing it, you know? So people are like, is he okay? He's having a mental breakdown.
But hold on to your seats. Because this rabbit hole goes even deeper. Right after Justin signed with Lou Taylor's company, he made a shocking decision to sell his entire music catalog for $200 million. Now, selling your masters is usually a last resort move for artists. So why would Justin Bieber, one of the biggest superstars of our generation, suddenly decide to cash out like this? And more importantly, who whispered in his ear to make this decision? Let's put this into perspective. $200 million might sound like a fortune, but it's practically pennies compared to what Justin's catalog is actually worth. Just look at what happened with Taylor Swift's masters. Justin's former manager Scooter Braun made a whopping $360 million selling just 6 of Taylor's albums. So why did Justin settle for what's essentially pocket change? Was this really his choice? Or was someone pulling strings behind the scenes? What's even more suspicious is that right when Justin hired Lou Taylor and sold off his music legacy, suddenly all these inside sources started spreading stories about Justin being done with the industry and wanting to disappear into obscurity. Let me share what one insider told Radar Online. Justin hasn't felt right with the world for some time, and his stardom weighs heavily on him. Even his therapist says if what he's doing makes him unhappy, he should make the hard decision to set it aside. They also claimed that Justin feels the pressure of the music business isn't good for him, and that he just wants to disappear with Hailey and enjoy his money. But here's what makes absolutely no sense. Are we seriously supposed to believe that Hailey Bieber, of all people, would willingly step away from the spotlight? This is the same Hailey who was caught staging paparazzi photos multiple times, and then had the audacity to go on a podcast claiming she despises paparazzi so much she wants to physically harm them. The hypocrisy is simply astounding.
When there's paparazzi following me, I have a flash in my head of like getting out with a baseball bat and literally destroying their car. Like, I literally, sometimes it makes me just so annoyed that I'm like, one of these days, I swear to God, I'm gonna get out of the car with a baseball bat. And
Huh? It could just be right here, yeah?
But wait, because Justin's devoted fans have uncovered something even more disturbing. There are some seriously creepy connections between Lou Taylor, Hailey Bieber, and these mysterious celebrity churches.
Should we talk about it? I think it's time. I think it's time we talk about it. If you're looking at this chart and you see some names you recognize, it's because these are all celebrities who have been associated with the Hillsong Church. Oh, we can't forget one more, Miss Sober herself. The church, if you do not know, is the mega church of all mega churches. It has a very dark past, and we're going to talk about it today. Like I always say, everything I'm about to say is alleged. I don't know these people. I don't want to know these people. I'm just some bitch on the internet, and frankly, you don't have to believe me. The Hillsong Church was started in 1977 in Australia by crusty old dusty Frank Houston. In 1999, Brian Houston, his son, would go on to become the new leader. In 2003, they would open up a church in New York City, and one of the previous assistant pastors would go on to pretty much run that church. This is Carl Lenz. He is all of the celebrities' best friend and spiritual leader. In 1999, a woman would go on to confide in 2 church pastors, letting them know that Frank had essayed her son. I don't think she realized the craziness that would ensue after this. So in court, it was alleged that Frank had essayed a boy between the ages of 7 and 12. The victim would eventually come forward to give more details, stating that Frank was a family friend. He would come visit their family regularly, and every time he came by between the ages of 7 and 12, he would visit his room every single night. He stated that Frank lost interest by the time he hit puberty. The victim did not tell his mom until 8 years later, and the reason he told her is because he states that his mom wanted him to go to counseling with Frank to improve his behavior. He alleges that the first time he went to go visit Frank, he found Frank doing something really nasty under his desk. He did not stay, and when he got back home, that's when he decided to tell his mom. Her response, you might ask, and I quote, "You do not want to be responsible for turning people away from the church and into hell." It took her 20 years to tell those 2 pastors. Before Frank officially confessed, which he did end up doing, the victim alleges that Frank called him and asked him to meet him at McDonald's. Frank would go on to offer him $10,000 and then ask him to sign a McDonald's napkin to agree to it. The victim also alleging that Frank told him that he needed to apologize to him because he could not face God with this hanging over his head. So not that what he did was disgusting and traumatic and awful, but because he needed to save his own soul. Several months later, he still hasn't gotten any money, so he reaches out to Brian, Frank's son, who is now the new leader of the church. And I'm so sorry for having to include this picture. I feel like he's looking through my soul. It's actually a very terrifying photo. I feel like he knows all my secrets. He goes on to ask Brian, hey, why hasn't my money arrived? Brian tells him, and I quote, "You know it's your fault. You tempted him." The victim stated that he was hurt by this, and he actually went on to ask Brian if he was also essayed by his dad. Brian got belligerent. He was yelling. He was swearing. He hung up the phone, and the victim received the check 2 weeks later.
Get this. Lou Taylor wasn't just any random businesswoman. She was actually on the board at Hillsong Church, the same mega church Justin started attending after marrying Hailey. And if that wasn't suspicious enough, Lou's husband, Rob Taylor, founded another questionable celebrity church called Calvary Chapel. Here's where it gets really dark. According to a New York Times report, Britney Spears' father, Jamie, was making regular transfers from Britney's accounts to Calvary Chapel during her conservatorship. Now, let's talk about Hillsong. After the lead pastor and Justin's former friend Carl Lentz faced some serious allegations about inappropriate behavior, Justin and Hailey announced they were leaving. But they didn't stay away from the celebrity church scene for long. They quickly joined another mysterious congregation called Church Home. And here's the shocking connection. Judah Smith, the lead pastor at Church Home, is allegedly extremely close with Hailey's father, Stephen Baldwin. Yes, the same Stephen Baldwin who orchestrated Justin and Hailey's first meeting. According to a viral Reddit thread, Stephen allegedly asked Judah to help convince Justin to marry Hailey. Remember that time Justin appeared on Ellen and joked about being in an arranged marriage? Everyone laughed it off back then, but suddenly it's not seeming so funny anymore, is it?
I think because she was raised Christian, and I think they found out that, like, I think it was an arranged marriage, I'm pretty sure. I'm not. Looking back now, I'm like, it was definitely an arranged marriage. Like, they set this whole thing up.
Now here's what's really setting off alarm bells. Justin's fans are growing increasingly worried that Hailey might actually be one of those handlers Kanye warned us about. Remember Britney Spears' situation with Sam Asghari? He was allegedly paid to pose as her husband and keep her under control. And then there's the mysterious case of Kanye's current wife, Bianca Tensori. The timing of their marriage raised so many red flags. In fact, Kanye himself issued a chilling warning. He said if he ever disappeared and came back, it wouldn't really be him.
If I ever went anywhere, we'd know why. You understand what I'm saying?
And what happened next is absolutely spine-chilling. Kanye did vanish for about 2 weeks after being canceled, only to resurface with Bianca, someone who seemingly appeared out of nowhere. Now, Kanye has always been vocal about exposing the shadowy figures controlling the entertainment industry. Remember his bold moves in 2022 when he started calling out these executives? He even took aim at Hailey after she joined the crowd, criticizing him right when he was exposing everything. In a direct message to Justin, Kanye posted, "You're all programmed sheep. Justin, get your girl before I get mad." But it didn't stop there. Kanye also stirred up drama about Hailey's alleged past with Drake, sharing a screenshot of an old Entertainment Tonight article titled, "Getting Serious. Drake wears H necklace after date night." In that same post, Kanye once again addressed Justin, suggesting he was brainwashed into turning against him. "Get your girl before I get mad. You're supposed to be my friend, right? You wasn't there when the Kardashians kidnapped my kids." When you piece all these shocking revelations together, it paints a disturbing picture of what might really be happening behind closed doors in Justin and Hailey's marriage. More and more fans are starting to wonder if Hailey truly is one of those handlers Kanye's been warning us about, someone assigned to keep Justin under control. Some are even speculating that her real purpose is to prevent Justin from exposing the dark underbelly of the entertainment industry, especially considering what he might have witnessed as a child star. It sounds like something out of a Hollywood thriller, but when you connect all these dots, it becomes harder and harder to ignore. The question on everyone's minds now is, could Justin's marriage to Hailey really be an arranged setup? Is she actually acting as his handler rather than his loving wife? What do you think about all these shocking revelations? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to catch our next videos where we'll be diving even deeper into more celebrity mysteries and scandals. The way all these pieces fit together is absolutely mind-blowing, isn't it? From the suspicious church connections to the mysterious business dealings and those cryptic social media messages. It's like watching a real-life mystery unfold right before our eyes. Could Kanye have been right all along? The truth might be stranger than fiction. Stranger than fiction.